So what are some common communication problems that leaders have? Stay tuned, and we're both going to transform through change. So welcome back. So today I'm going to share with you my top 10 reasons, issues, problems that leaders have when it comes to communicating. Now, it's my list, so don't judge me. Have some fun with this, okay? All right, we're going to start at the top, number 10. Number 10 communication problems that leaders have is they assume that everyone understands exactly what they're saying. Have you ever been in a room and you have a leader and they're talking this grand vision and they're talking about all of this change and you're sitting out there wondering, he assumes I understand. And you're looking around the room, do you understand? I don't have a clue either. That's a problem. So leaders, don't assume everyone understands you. Make sure that you take some time to acknowledge, do you understand what I'm talking about? And if they don't, make sure you give people some reassurance. Number 9. Number 9 is lacking transparency. Wow. Have you ever been working with a leader who is giving vague ideas about what change is coming, and you start asking questions and they're kind of playing around? They're like, well, we can't tell you this and we can't tell you that. Guess what? Chances are you're not going to trust them. Number 8, failing to communicate their feelings, or rather yet, allowing themselves to be vulnerable. Right? People want to feel you. People want to understand what's important to you. People want to know how you feel. So leaders, be vulnerable with people. Right? You're a real person and you're going to connect with people. One of the things my grandmother always told me, and it made sense. She said, what comes from the heart reaches another heart. In other words, that was her way of telling me to be vulnerable and make sure that I always express what I feel, but make sure I do it in a very professional way. Number 7, sounding inauthentic. Oh my goodness. What about when those leaders use those words that this is going to be great, this is going to be excellent, and people are like, I don't know if they really mean what they're saying right now. You know, one of the things that I tell leaders all the time, if you're going to give people feedback, if you're going to tell people they're doing a great job, make sure that you're sincere. Make sure it's authentic. Because when it's not, people are not going to receive it. And more importantly, they're not going to trust you. Okay? Number 6, leaders are telling rather than sharing. You know, when you're sharing something, you want to make sure you bring it, you open it up and you create a very inviting, you share it in an inviting way, rather than you're walking in a room and you're telling people what they need to do and you're telling them how to do it. And you're not sharing with them. When you're telling, it's one way, but when you're sharing, it's a two-way street. So make sure you don't do that. Number 5, not respecting the listener. You know, one of the ways we can really respect people who listen to us, when we're communicating, we can watch their body language. We can pay close attention to, do they really understand what I'm saying right now? I notice they're thinking. I notice there may be a little confusion. Take time to respect them and ask them, did you quite understand what I just said? How does that have an impact on you? So now you're giving them respect. That's really, really important. Number 4, one of the most, oh my goodness, getting down to the last ones now. Number 4, communication problem that leaders have is they avoid difficult conversations. Oh my goodness, this has to be one of the world's worst. When I see leaders recognizing that there's an issue with an employee and they go all around the bend rather than having the conversation. If you're going to be a great leader and you want to be a better communicator, sit in those difficult conversations. Understand that you need to get comfortable being uncomfortable. Number 3. All right, we're getting down to our last 3 now. So these are the 3 top reasons, top issues that most leaders have when it comes to communication. Number 3 is having one-sided conversations. It's like I'm walking into a room and you and I are going to get ready to have a conversation and I am the only one who is going to do the talking. No one wants to be in that kind of conversation. So leaders, don't have those kind of conversations. Number 2, talking before listening. Have you ever been around a leader who walks into a room and doesn't even have a feel for what the conversation is all about, and they come in and just talking and giving solutions, and they have not even had an opportunity to listen and truly understand what the problem is? Leaders, if you really want to be a better communicator, walk into a room and listen first. Let the room bring you up to speed before you start speaking. Last but not least, the most important challenge that most leaders have when it comes to communicating is they don't communicate the why. People want to know the reason. People want to know the purpose for whatever you're trying to do or whatever you're trying to communicate. If it's a challenge and it's going to be uncomfortable, communicate why you think it may be uncomfortable. Listen, communication is the lifeline through transforming, through change, through overcoming barriers in communication, to overcoming the resistance in an organization. And if we don't get this communication piece right, we're still going to be stuck with the status quo. And we don't want that for you. So listen, take these 10 things, go and be the best leader that you can be, and we know that we're all still transforming through change. This has been Dr. Samuel Jones. Look forward to seeing you on the next one.